All right, so let's talk about the 5 things that I stopped doing on YouTube that resulted in me making 5 times more money. So I was stuck making around like 10 to 30K per month on YouTube for a long period of time. And if you didn't know, I have a channel, has over 1 million subscribers. And I was stuck. I got stuck for like 2 years, and I was going from 10 to 30K per month. Once in a while, I might have a month that was a little bit better than that, but mostly it was like 10 to 30K per month. And I got stuck for a long time. All right. And I'm going to go over the 5 things that I changed that got me unstuck. And this is something that, a lot of people, it ends up happening to a lot of people. A lot of people get stuck around that 10 to 30K per month mark, and they can't break through it. And, these are people that are YouTubers that are, doing affiliate products and selling maybe low ticket products or digital products, but also coaches, agency owners, online business owners that are selling high ticket as well. Okay. So the first thing I did is I stopped listening to the gurus, and there's so many different reasons why. There's so many different reasons why you should stop listening to the gurus. So YouTube gurus, they basically are designed. First of all, most of them have never started a channel outside of teaching people how to start a channel. So that's the first thing. So they basically are selling the picks and the shovels, but they're not mining the gold themselves. And then the second thing is they're teaching people how to get views and subscribers, but not how to actually make money. And the way that you get views and subscribers can sometimes in some niches be somewhat correlated with making money, but in a lot of niches it has absolutely nothing to do, and you're just going to create a qualification nightmare for yourself if you make content like that. Okay? And then the third thing is they basically make videos based on what people search. And therefore, in many cases, they're giving you what you want or what people in general want, but they're not actually giving you what you need, right? And so a lot of people will search content on, the best video cameras and the best tech, the best equipment in order to grow on YouTube. And or maybe they'll search content on, how to use vidIQ, like different software that you see advertised all the time. Or how to use TubeBuddy, right? So they'll make content on stuff like that. And it's content that, it might be what people are searching because they'll use vidIQ, for instance, to find out what people are searching. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's what people need, because the vast majority, like 99% of people who try to grow on YouTube fail, right? Just like any other industry, 99% of any business owner industry, those people fail. So what 99% of people are searching and what 99% of people think is what's going to get them results isn't what's actually going to get them results. And that's the problem with YouTube gurus. The typical YouTube guru is they'll tell you what you want to hear. They're not going to tell you what you need to hear. Okay. So that's number one thing. Stop listening to YouTube gurus, especially the ones that have like big channels, right? The ones that have the most reach, because those are the people that are targeting the keywords the most. Okay. So that's the first thing I did. I stopped listening to the YouTube gurus. And then I stopped being a and I started recording more videos, okay? Because I remember that I would spend a ton of time making YouTube videos, and that's another thing that I'm going to talk about. I would spend a ton of time making YouTube videos, and I'd spend a ton of time thinking about what YouTube videos to make and what my niche should be, and what topics to target, and how I should make videos, and how I should get a better camera, and how I should do this setup or that setup, and all this stuff. That was a total waste of time, because the thing that actually matters is the ideas of the videos that you make content on. And the way you find the right ideas is with the icon method. I've made entire videos about this on my channel. Definitely check those videos out. The icon method, basically what this means is you target smaller channels that had a video that did extremely well, despite the fact that it was either mediocre or bad. That's the icon method. And then you steal one thing and one thing only from those channels, and that's the idea of the video. Don't steal anything else, just the idea. And you make videos on those ideas, those winning ideas, because they're winning ideas because the video was mediocre or bad and it came from a small channel. So you know that it's a winning idea because there's no other reason that people would be watching the video, right? So you start doing that, you start making videos on those ideas, and then you need to consistently make videos, right? That's the important thing, and this is the thing that I stopped doing. I stopped being a bitch and I started recording more videos, right? Because that's important to do. Think about it like swinging a baseball bat, okay? The best hitter in the world of all time would hit the ball like 40% of the time. Terrible hitter would hit the ball 10% of the time. But if you swing the baseball bat 3 times a week, 156 times, and the other person only swings the bat once every 3 months, you are still going to hit the ball way more times than them. Okay, so you need to be swinging consistently. It's just like anything else. Everything in life is a numbers game. You need to be swinging consistently. Now, you want to take a good swing, and that's where you find the right ideas and you make sure your videos don't completely suck. Now, by the way, I'm recording this literally with an iPhone, right? So you don't need much for your videos to not suck, right? This is good enough. This is what 8 out of 10 looks like. An 8 out of 10 that's reliable, that allows you to consistently record videos, is better than 10 out of 10 that requires a super fancy tech setup and it takes you forever to record the videos, right? So I started consistently recording videos. And the next part is I stopped spending like 40 freaking hours per videos, because there were times when I thought if I just spend more time on the video, it's going to do better. And there were videos that I spent a lot of time on, over 100 hours, and they completely bombed. And then there were other videos where I spent a couple hours, like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours on, and they got millions of views. And that's when I started realizing it's the idea. The idea is the thing that matters. It's not the video. The idea is the thing that matters. Okay? It's not how much time you spend on the video. It's the idea. Okay? So that's one of the biggest things. You need to consistently create videos with ideas that are likely to work. So if you're a logical person, you're going to understand what's the next part. Well, you need to optimize for being able to consistently record those videos, because usually people are spending way too much time in order to consistently record videos. It's like a full-time job. So how do you optimize for swinging the bat as many times as possible with a good idea? Well, you have to have a system for creating content efficiently. And that's the next thing that I developed, is a very good system. On my first channel, don't tell anybody that watches the first channel, but I am 4.5 months ahead right now on my first channel. Last year, I went on a vacation, and I ended up having to stay for 2 months because we had health issues. And I could only work on my channel. In a 2-month period, I could only spend 6 hours on my channel. And my channel actually grew without me. That's what a good system is all about. And it starts with this system itself, and then it starts with, after you get a good system down that doesn't take you that much time, less than 4 hours a week, even if you're doing it yourself, then you can hire other people to take that from 4 hours a week down to like 1 hour a week, where all you are doing is recording the videos. That's it. Okay? So that's the next thing that I did that just absolutely blew my channel up. Okay? And then I also just stopped getting shiny object syndrome, and I stopped chasing trends, right? I stopped thinking oh, this is the best way, like changing my niche all the time. In reality, if you look at all the biggest YouTubers and all the most successful channels, they usually focus on one topic and one format, right? One topic, right? They find a winning video idea. Once they find that, they double down on that video idea. And then usually they also have one format as well. And they'll do that for a long period of time. And usually like over 80% of their videos are that topic and that format. Think about Mr. Beast. Challenge style videos that are extreme where he gives cash away. That's the winning idea, and that's the winning format. Okay? And every single one of his videos are the same. They're all like that. Think about the biggest person in the tech industry, Mr. Who's the Boss. Listicle review videos. Always listicle reviews. He found a winning idea. People wanted to review certain, products. And he found a winning format, listicle reviews. Almost all of his videos are listicle reviews. Okay? Same thing over and over again. Once you find a winner, you want to beat that freaking video idea and format like a dead horse. Okay? Just beat it into the ground like a dead horse. All right? And then finally, number 5, I stopped making videos for broke people as much as possible. Now, you might be making mass market content, and some channels make mass market content and they still make a ton of money. But I know a ton of channels out there. A lot of them are my clients or my friends, people that are very successful. where they don't get that many views. Sometimes as little as like 50 views, 100 views, 200 views per video. And they're making a ton of money, millions of dollars a year. One client, 500 to 1,000 views per video, making a ton of money, over $10 million a year. A lot of clients, like a few thousand, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. My client, Sean Dolwit, he probably gets 10, 20,000 views per video. He's making over 600K per month.
So last month was huge, man. Overall, like over 600K, I think.
And I did a full breakdown with him, a full interview with him. I'll probably have it pop up somewhere on the screen. And you can see exactly what we did. When he first started working with me, he was stuck 10 to 30K per month. 9 months later, he's now making over 600K per month. And one of the biggest things is we started making videos for the right type of people that would actually want to buy his products. So, you know, one thing you need to start measuring is your revenue per 1,000 views. You might have a video type, right? You've been testing, you've been messing around with stuff, and this has happened to me. You might have a video type that consistently gets, let's say, 100,000 views per video, but it only makes $100 per 1,000 views, right? So what is 100 times 100? That's $10,000 per video. You might have another video type that only gets 10,000 views per video, but it's making like $5,000 per 1,000 views. Okay, so do the math there. 5,000 times 10, that's $50,000. So which video type should you be doing? The one that makes more money. And why is what's the reason that it's making more money? Probably because you're not making videos for broke people, or probably because you're making videos for people that are ready to make a purchasing decision, right? So everyone out there thinks, they look at YouTube channels and they think more views equals more success. And that's just not the case. That's just not the case. In most cases, for channels that are crushing it, especially if you're a coach, consultant, online service provider, business owner, etc., in most cases, for channels that are crushing it, they're not getting a lot of views. They might be getting a few hundred, a few thousand views per video, and they're still absolutely crushing it because they're getting the right views. They're getting people that are CEOs, decision makers, people who have money watching their videos. Those are the types of people that you want to target. Okay, so that was the fifth thing and probably the most important thing. Well, the system is probably the most important thing. And then that's probably the second most important thing that I started doing. I started monetizing correctly. I started selling to people who actually have money. And a lot of the time that involves selling higher ticket items. Now, do I still make a ton of money from affiliate commissions and stuff like that? Yes, I do. Affiliate commissions, sponsorships, etc. I monetize in many different ways. And that's the beauty of YouTube, is you can monetize. You can still capture those people who have less money by selling lower and medium ticket products. A lot of the time, it's a good idea to just do affiliate commissions for that, or sponsorships. But the main nut, almost in every case, the people that are making the most money are selling high ticket, and they're selling to an audience of people that actually have money. So that is the fifth thing that I did to, go from being stuck, making like $30,000 a month, all the way to getting over $100,000 a month, and all the way up to over $300,000 a month. Those are the things that 5x and even 10x'd my channel, right? So if you want to know exactly, by the way, you can literally see the analytics of my channel. I'll put that down in the description in the pinned comment below. I'm completely transparent. You can see the analytics of my channel, and you can see how my behavior, my uploading behavior changed over time once I had new information. So you can check that out. It'll be down in the description in the pinned comment below. And then additionally, if you are a coach, consultant, online service provider, or you're a YouTuber who wants to monetize better and you want to basically treat YouTube like a business, systemize it so that you're not spending all your time doing YouTube, and you just want to be able to do YouTube in as little as an hour a week, or in many cases less than 4 hours a week. You're not spending a ton of time on it, but it's consistently getting you views, subscribers, and more importantly, bringing you leads and revenue. If you are that type of person who really wants to take YouTube seriously, then go ahead and apply for a coaching call down in the description in the pinned comment below. This will basically be like a demo call where we figure out where you are right now, where you want to go. We'll make a plan to get from where you are to where you want to go, and then we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. And this is going to be a valuable call, whether or not we end up working together. We only accept about 20% of people that apply, but whether or not we end up working together, this will be a super valuable call for you. It'll be the most valuable call that you have, most valuable 45 minutes you spend on your YouTube channel or your YouTube strategy this year, by far. So we'll make sure it's valuable whether or not we end up working together. And definitely check that out down in the description in the pinned comment below. And also watch that video that I talked about with Sean by clicking somewhere up here, right? Where we go over how he got to 600K per month.